Hey guys, Captain Cuba here. It just, it just feels weird to say. If you haven't noticed, I've been away from the channel for quite a while now. The last two videos I uploaded, I didn't even say a word, so I'm assuming that at least some of you are asking yourselves, what's going on with the channel? Has Captain Cuba quit YouTube, etc.? So I thought it appropriate to start uploading again with a bit of an update on myself and where I see the channel going next. I know it's not the exciting return video some of you were expecting, but I think it's important before I start uploading anything substantial. So to start things off, I recently moved, not to a new apartment or another city, but a whole other country. I am now living in the US of A, baby. I'm gonna miss some aspects of Canada, but overall my wife and I concluded that we would be much better off in the States, mainly because we could at least own a home here. So I'm sure you can understand this move wasn't as simple as moving to a new apartment. I've been in the States for about 3 weeks, and I just now got all of my equipment that I needed to make videos with. But I would be lying to you if I tell you that this is the only reason why it's taking me so long to upload anything to my channel. Even before moving out, I hadn't uploaded anything substantial to the channel for a long time. I believe my last big video was my Black Myth Wukong review. After that I uploaded a couple of videos, short things just for fun, but nothing really substantial like I said. And I think you guys know this, but this is because my bread and butter content doesn't come as easily as it once did. Not just because I'd run out of things to talk about regarding God of War, but because I no longer feel as passionate to talk about it anymore. And I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. I am not saying that I'm no longer a fan of God of War. You cut me and I bleed God of War. Maybe a couple of red orbs, but I bleed God of War, baby. Just the other day my wife and I were cleaning up her old room when we came across an old PlayStation 2 and a copy of, you guessed it, God of War 1. And of course we had to stop everything we were doing just so I could play the intro one more time. So yeah, my love and appreciation for the series is still there. But I also think the era of theorizing and, in a way, lore videos has come to an end. In my opinion, this was only fun when the whole community was involved in it. Not just the fans, but also Santa Monica, and more importantly, Cory Barlog. Some of you might not remember this, but when God of War 2018 was announced, it felt like Cory Barlog was constantly teasing things about it. I still remember when fans discovered Jormungandr and Tham were hidden in the E3 demo. I also remember when I discovered the Egyptian statue in one of the trailers, and immediately wanted to make a video about it. Even after God of War 2018 came out, there was an air of excitement when Cory went on interviews to talk about the sequel and the plans he had for it. But now it just feels like things have changed. Cory has a lot more responsibilities than just directing a game. I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I believe in his position, he's in charge of overseeing everything the studio is currently working on. So I understand that he can't be on Twitter 24/7 teasing something about the next game. I'm very happy for him, but at the same time I miss days when it seemed like he engaged with the community more. Now, that's not to say that I'll never make God of War theories again. I will probably make a video about the Secret Levels episode featuring God of War. I say probably because I'm still not sure what this show is about. Recently I came across an article discussing the Space Marines episode and how it takes place after Space Marines 2, you know, the game, which means that the episode is somewhat canon, I think. So what does that mean for the God of War episode? Will it also be canon? Is it something only exclusive to the Warhammer episode? And if the God of War episode is canon, what the Hades is Kratos doing in a modern city? Could this be related to the secret cutscene from God of War 1? I'm waiting to watch the episode before I make a video on it, but I'm definitely excited to see what Amazon makes with the IP. And who knows, we might even have a watch party on the second channel so we can watch it together. Another God of War related topics, I also think it's possible we might get a God of War Remastered Collection announcement at the Game Awards. I think it's going to be at the Game Awards because the 20th anniversary is just around the corner. So we should expect an announcement anytime soon now. There's also the God of War show that has seen some very important changes recently. I'm somewhat excited about that as well, but as you guys know I would prefer it if it was animated instead. And of course, I'm really excited to see what the next big God of War game will be about and what changes they will make to it. And who knows, maybe Santa Monica will announce a new IP first like many people think, but they could also announce the next God of War game sometime in the near future. If you think about it, God of War Ragnarok was announced 2 years after God of War 2018, so at least I think it's possible. And with Christopher Judge hyping people up about a possible project he's working on regarding God of War, it's more likely than ever, but then again he could be referring to the Secret Levels episode of Amazon's show.
2 weeks are going to be chock full of announcements and all kinds of good stuff. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, and we will talk to you soon, boy.
Whatever the case is, it will be announced around the Game Awards. So yeah, there's a couple of God of War things to look forward to as a community. But as you guys know, for a while I've wanted to do more things outside of God of War in the channel. A couple of months back I made some Prince of Persia videos and some Black Myth Wukong videos. And even though they didn't perform nearly as good as my God of War content, I had a lot of fun making them and plan on doing more of them in the future. Mostly Black Myth because there's already a leak regarding the sequel that might have something to do with the other famous Chinese novel, Investiture of the Gods, which is really exciting. I'll be honest, I don't know much about that novel, but I know it involves a lot of Taoist gods, so I don't know, I'll try to make a video about that in the near future. But outside of games, I've also been dabbling a bit in the grim dark content. Of course, I have Space Marine Stew to thank for this. If you didn't know this, I truly got nostalgic playing this game. I think people have finally started to see how stale Western video games have gotten in terms of tone. Everything just feels so curated, too afraid to address more mature themes. And here comes Space Marine Stew, a game that touches on themes like brotherhood, honor, and even religion. That game was truly a breath of fresh air, and I'm a little disappointed the game didn't receive more nominations in the Game Awards, but, you know, what should I expect from the Jeff Keighley group, you know? It's not like I need validation from these people to kill heretics. With that said, I'm sure some of you would want me to start making lore and theory videos about the Warhammer universe, and as much as I would love to do that, I don't think you'll see that anytime soon, simply because I don't feel qualified enough to talk about it. The Warhammer universe is a chunky one. I think I've watched about a dozen 1 hour long videos, and I still feel like I haven't scratched the surface of this universe. Maybe one day you'll get a Kaptain Kuba theory about the 2nd and 11th Primarchs, but I still think I have a long way to go. With that said, the algorithm has rewarded my curiosity about Warhammer with other grim dark universes that are just as interesting. The big one being Trench Crusade. Jesus Christ. I mean, meta Christ. This universe is so dark and intriguing. Similar to Warhammer, this universe was created for people who love history and like thinking about alternate scenarios. In this universe, the big change happened in the First Crusade, when a group of knights were digging around the tombs of Jerusalem and accidentally opened a portal to hell, plunging the world into a war that has lasted for centuries. On one side, you get the messed up demons like Beelzebub and Mammon who use the sufferings of humans to power their machines of war. But you also get a version of the church that uses the body of the Metachrist to enhance some of their troops with superhuman strength. One of my favorite soldiers has this special helmet that allows him to see minutes into the future to avoid enemy attacks with extreme accuracy. The helmet does this by allowing him to listen to the voice of God himself, which in return drives him crazy, so yeah, it's really dark. There's also a version of the Ottoman Empire that's more into science and alchemy. I don't know, I found this universe so dark and intriguing that I decided to back their campaign on Kickstarter to receive a chunky lore book. And unlike the Warhammer universe, Trench Crusade is just now getting started, so I feel more confident in making videos about it because there's still a lot of story details the creators haven't cemented as part of the lore yet. Now, going back to games, there's a couple of them I'm really looking forward to. Darksiders 4 was announced a couple of months back, something I thought would never happen. So I am once again excited to continue my journey with the series. This might be the time that I finally finish Darksiders 2 for real. And I just want to say something about this because I know some people really want me to talk about Darksiders 2. I have no problem with the game, I really like the story, I think it's even better written than the first one. It's just the open world part. I'm not a huge fan of open world games, and Darksiders 2 is that, so I have a hard time just getting into it fully, right? If it was more linear like the first game, I think it would have been great, but hopefully like I can finish it for real this time. There's also Phantom Blade that looks absolutely amazing and I want to play. I don't know if I'll make any lore videos about that, but it just looks like a really fun action game. And lastly, there's Doom the Dark Ages, which of course also dips into the grim dark aspect of, you know, those universes. But overall, I'm feeling confident about the future of the channel. There's a lot of games I'm looking forward to in the future. There's plenty of stuff for me to talk about, and the move to the US has really given me a lot of space to work. So I really want to thank all of you for still sticking with me. I noticed that the channel recently made it to 210,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy considering my lack of uploads. So thank you to all who still watch my stuff, as well as the new people who have joined the channel. And of course, I want to give a big thanks to all of my channel and Patreon members. I don't want to get too chummy, but you guys have believed in me and the channel even when I didn't. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And yeah, that's gonna be it for the update, guys. I don't know when I'll upload something else. Even though I still have my equipment, I'm still getting like organized. So yeah, I don't even know what the next video is gonna be about. Talk about a great start, huh? But yeah, with that said, thanks for watching, and remember, go forth in the name of Olympus.